for Beast to potentially not find the correct groove because of it. But it remains to be seen if that's going to be the case. We're going to have to see it play out in the best of 5 that is Losers Finals, linked to Pokemon Trainer.
Exactly. Winner goes on, loser goes home. Beast looking to replicate the performance that he had on Monday, where he finished first out of 79 at Fusion. But yeah, this is they're gonna have to go through Link in order to do it. It's been a problem matchup for them, as you mentioned prior, Hangman. But what is the key for what can Zard do against Link in order to make Delta Force life hell at the very least, if not take the game?
So first and foremost, the bomb can get set off early by Flamethrower. Second of all, if we don't see Delta Force in the situation to properly make use of Bomb for its movement options, then recovery is going to be hell. And we just saw that all play out in quick succession for the first stock of this game. He's taking an incredible fashion, leading off with his Charizard. I think this is a great call, because even though Charizard's a big body, taking plenty of damage from the size of the aerials.
Oh, beautifully called out with the Flare Blitz on the bomb. Delta Force, the force to be reckoned with, as Beast is going to lose their first stock in a way that perhaps they did not expect, and it does something just a little bit more insidious in terms of the grander scheme of things. It makes you question not just your options for recovery, it makes you think you can't get away with all the stupid Zard crap, but also the fact that, well, quite frankly, Hangman, you're a lot closer in this game than you perhaps thought.
I think it's one of those situations where, like, oh, he's using Bullet Seed. Oh, heavens no. I don't want to see any of those situations. No, what I was going to say is the fact that, like, there's a lot of opportunity for Delta Force to take things back from, like, high-pressure situations in here. And more importantly, there's a lot of tools in Link's disposal to be able to call out very rambunctious actions from Beast. If he's going to be swinging recklessly, if he's going to be using Flare Blitz for recoveries, even if he's going to be waiting in shield, all of that can all of a sudden become very dangerous for Beast. But not able to punish the spin attack is he's going to be forced to back up. And out of parry, an excellent option just to catch out of the air. That's what's also going to be very important for Beast that I didn't get a chance to mention. Anti-airs. Fly is super reliable because of its armor frames. Up air is going to be all right if he's going to be calling out very high-sitting nairs. But I think in general, like, forcing pressure from the sides is going to be where we're seeing at least the most damage, and if not the most pressure from Beast in this type of matchup.
Getting knocked around by this projectile just a little bit. Zard decides to grab the bomb. I didn't realize Charizard had opposable thumbs, but that just goes to show what I know, as Beast going to try to control center stage. Looking for the back air. You saw the machinations there, but yeah, the short hop is going to come out instead, and wisely goes back to the stage. Of course, it's going to be Delta Force that helps them get just a little bit higher up. Now the Ivysaur going to work. The grab, the range of Ivysaur going to cause headaches, and now you have to deal with one of the more practiced Ivysaurs on the entire East Coast, if not the world. This has been one of the main weapons of Beast since the beginning of the game. Obviously, has been a Zard main at heart since Smash 4, basically. I remember the Dittos with Dan the Man for the title of Best Zard in PA. Let me tell you, it was a fun time. It was a time to be alive. Let me at least put it that way. But Beast right now, parrying the boomerang. Read that option. Gets caught with that one. Delta Force trying to slay the Beast here in game number 1, but it's going to be the up smash that gives Beast stage control. Delta Force might have to hold back here.
Yeah, no, this long-distance boomerang play is what Delta Force needs, because if he rushes in, he is at the mercy of burst options from Beast's Charizard. That's exactly what we're going to see end game 1. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, Stu. Punishing out that lack of patience is what's going to bring us the same win screen for games 2 and 3. If Delta Force isn't going to be able to be comfortable sitting back and letting the projectiles do the work, both in percentage and the mental damage it's going to do, then he's just going to lose the set. That's just how it's going to be.
No, 100% agreed. And you were talking about how, I mean, generally speaking, if you're Link, you are comfortable sitting back. You are comfortable having the boomerangs kind of do most of the work, bouncing it off of the stage, making sure that you're clipping Zard in the knees or having it take whatever angle that you need to, that little knockdown thing if Zard is trying to jump in. But as we're going to game number 2, perhaps anticipating Beast to go up to the platform. They're holding forward. They are not ceding a single inch of space on the stage. That ledge is going to be hogged up by Zard, whether you like it or not, and DELTAFORCE having to fight back just to get any sort of real estate, but seems now they have plenty. This is the cost of over-aggression, it seems, as we are going to game number 2, and DELTAFORCE seeming like they had the play in mind with the down air, but Beast had other ideas in mind.
That spin attack threw the bomb away from an otherwise good situation. And an excellent call out from Beast is going to clutch out that stock. It just, in general, extremely aggressive ledge play, but it worked out. And Beast isn't done yet. Look at this.
Back throw, back air. What do you want? Back throw, back air from Beast. If you're expecting anything different from this set, I really don't know what to tell you. You might have missed. You might have been asleep over the past 8 months. Let me tell you what happened offline. So either way, it's going to be Fly that gets it, and Beast looking to soar on into grand finals in style, and they are up by 3 stocks to 1 now. They're pending a recovery. Could be 2 stocks to 1, but DELTAFORCE right now seemingly in trouble and gonna get Flare Blitz on the stage. Hangman, this Zard is going off right now.
Like, the waters have been chummed. The hunt is on. Like, Beast has not slowed down his assault since the game went go. He's not struggling at all with building up this damage. He's making the most reckless of callouts. And DELTAFORCE hasn't had a place to believe it. He's not gonna find it in game 2.
Finds the mark, a 3-stock victory. No pause tournament, Beast catch a body. That's how you swing the momentum back to your side. And I mean, fully in the camp of Beast right now.
Where DELTAFORCE had him on the ropes in game 1, we didn't even get a chance to think about how DELTAFORCE could do it in game 2. There was just no quarter given. DELTAFORCE lived on the ledge or in the blast zones, and he wasn't given any other options. With no time to set up a proper zone of control, Link's projectiles don't matter because they're not good burst options. And in general, if Link doesn't have those projectiles to slow down his opponent, his aerials are just too laggy outside of Nair to really get him out of these situations. And now Beast is looking to completely erase the grave marker by bringing us the Link Ditto in game 3.
Are you actually kidding me right now? Look, I know that Beast has toyed around with this character just a little bit. You know, we don't see it often, but
bro, I talked about it earlier. I didn't think he'd actually do it. The disrespectful mad lad.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's ever disrespect that's part of the equation, then you know that Beast is going to go for it. That's literally the entire point of why he uses Flare Blitz. But there is no such option here with Link. And when you're fighting in the Ditto, I mean, some players like the Ditto, others don't. What's causing Beast to embrace it right now?
Right now, I think it's just purely like he's riding on the high that was that game 2. That was such a solid thrashing that there's no reason for Beast to think that he's pressured. Now, I do think it is a little remiss to say that he should be confident enough to take this game 3 with no problem, as DELTAFORCE is going to be displaying just a bit better control with his character tools. But, my word. You know, I guess if Beast is going to be able to at least take some stocks, maintain this close quarters game, there is some merit to this Link. Because, like, it's an unconventional way to play the character, but it is a way to play the character.
Well, I mean, you're using your projectiles to try to nullify DELTAFORCEs, and if you can do that, theoretically, it just becomes a boxing match and really a full-on sword fight. You are, at that point, trying to outrange your opponent mostly through sword swings, or certainly those fast fall nairs, as you're just trying to do everything that you possibly can to maintain an advantage, and you're basically betting at this point that you are quicker with your button presses and more solid with your technical ability than is DELTAFORCE. And right now, DELTAFORCE probably taking exception to that, as they are up almost a full stock right here. Might as well be a full stock if I'm being completely honest. But still, Beast not doing all too badly, all things considered. DELTAFORCE maybe has a few problems with the Ditto, and we could be seeing why. Oh, Good little scoop up there with the down tilt.
I mean, it's definitely an odd matchup as far as like what Link is able to do to Link. And Beast isn't playing it poorly. To his credit, like he is doing a good job of keeping the damage. And when it comes to the close quarters game, he's looking more confident than DELTAFORCE. But DELTAFORCE just seems to have a better idea of what to respond with in certain situations. Like forward air, for all its lagginess, is a very powerful move. It itself leads into a decent amount of combos, and it ends stocks. And DELTAFORCE is very content with using it to lead into situations that gives him some breath in this bracket, as DELTAFORCE takes Game 3 and some of his dignity back.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you lost that one, I don't even know what to say. But yeah, DELTAFORCE taking back at least a little bit of command in this set. They at least have just a tad momentum as we go into game number 4. I would think that we're going to see the Pokemon Trainer yet again from Beast, probably just trying to see how the Link measures up. Could be looking for that at some point later on in the bracket.
Beast is looking to put on a show for us. I think that's what that game 3 really showcased here. But yeah, Beast can't follow that up by losing. Like, the trainer needs to come out and he needs to stop playing with his food. Otherwise, I got the clown horn right here. I'm ready to honk it.
Oh no, don't.
I'm not joking. I have a clown horn in my hand, and it's ready for if Beast manages to drop the ball moving into Game 4. Let's see what Stadium has to offer. If this little breath of relief was something that DELTAFORCE needed to take back the set, or if we're going to see Beast run it back against Rivers in Grand Finals tonight.
The thing is, I don't know if I have it in me to. I don't know if I have it in me to listen to the clown horn after seeing what that Zard did games 1 and 2, because you really just ceded control of this set, ceded the momentum. You're going for these up Bs, and maybe they're hard reads 100% of the time, but man, that didn't even look particularly close. Now you're trying to read the getup, little slow on that, and Beast now getting tagged around just a little bit. DELTAFORCE being allowed to dictate this matchup to the Zard instead of the other way around. This is trouble, and the fast ball forward air is going to take stock number 1 off of the Philly PR member.
All right, let's see what DELTAFORCE can do here now that he's finally got a stock lead in this set. It's been a bit of a rough passage to this point, but DELTAFORCE has certainly earned it. But if he can do anything with it is the question. 46% on Charizard isn't really anything to write home about. But the fact that he's forcing the approach from the Charizard is something. If DELTAFORCE can maintain that type of control, these little bits of damage, and they've got something to say moving into Game 4 forward.
Yeah, it is, if nothing else, just a little piece that you can get back and just wrestle forth from your opposition. Beast, thus far, been decent at catching the jump. Really, now you're gonna teabag? Really?
You're gonna flap his wings.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I mean, I guess you okay, I was about to make a terrible pun, but nevertheless, it's gonna be Beast, not with the lead, but getting that first stock back, realizing that you are in fact the Zard that took games 1 and 2 off of this Link, and I would say though, you're definitely playing this a lot slower than you would like, and I don't think it's because you're being, I don't know, DELTAFORCE just decided you're gonna play a little bit more up close. You're gonna be a little bit quicker with the projectiles, and just realizing maybe these are some things that Zard simply cannot react to if they're landing in a certain way. Good grab, forward throw.
The delayed forward throw, trying to get a hit off the boomerang to make something more out of it. The idea was there. I thought it was cute.
No,
DELTAFORCE can play around with stuff like that because he's sitting at such a detrimental percentage lead here, and Beast's shield is slowly getting withered away by this carpet bomb of pressure.
DELTAFORCE now has Beast down to their last stock. I mean, you're 1 stock away from making this 2-2. If DELTAFORCE actually brings this back, I will be so impressed.
I mean, he's earned it at this point. Like, the throttling that he got in games 1 and 2, like, fighting it back from the jaws of defeat like that. First and foremost, a reverse 3-0ing Beast is an accolade not many can preach. Like, doing so after, like, intense amounts of disrespect, that's a little something to be happy about. And you know Beast is going to be kicking himself for throwing just that little bit because we're going into Game 5, Stu. And I don't know what to tell you if DELTAFORCE is going to keep this up.
I mean, that we knew that DELTAFORCE had this in them, and we knew not to count them out. You know, it's maybe they would be happy with a third place finish. We don't know. We can't talk to DELTAFORCE right this very second. But what I will say right now, they just got a 2-stock victory on Beast. They were closing down pretty much every single option they had. He did not get to utilize the Flare Blitz quite as effectively as he had prior. Every single thing that he tried to go for was immediately stuffed out by DELTAFORCE rushing him down and just poking the sword out at them. And all of a sudden, the clown horn is in hand. For whom the horn tolls, it tolls for thee, Beast, lest you not take out DELTAFORCE. This play of 5 acts comes to its culmination right where it began at Pokemon Stadium as the curtains open on act number 5.
And right now, all I'm thinking to myself is, how is Beast going to be able to turn this around? Because DELTAFORCE just seems to have his number on all of these poor landings from the air. And you don't want to be giving Link any quarter where he's going to be able to just get that free damage. Look at that. We are barely 30 seconds into this Game 5, and Beast is in threat of losing his stock, nearly Flare Blitzing into the bomb once again, and instead just eating tons of damage.
I mean, DELTAFORCE is reading Beast's mind. He's reading his mind. Nothing. Yeah, I can teabag too, says DELTAFORCE. As we are going to a situation where DELTAFORCE has only eaten 15 percentage points worth of damage in that first stock. Hangman, this is night and day.
It's just a complete reversal from what we had previously expected. And while Squirtle is putting in the hard work for Beast right now, and is in fact going to be able to clutch out the kill with the water gun on the spin attack, it's...
Beast giving it right back, though. You got to respect it. And utilizing the Squirtle, that's the curveball. There you go. You got to mix it up sometimes. You got to throw him some off-speed stuff, and sometimes it's going to be the water gun that does secure those stocks, particularly at that mid, like right at the ledge range, where you're expecting Link to be able to maybe try to make it back with that up B. But it's going to be down smash that takes it.
Escape the whirlpool. Look at this, nearly securing out the second stock in just as quick fashion. DELTAFORCE is not in position in time to utilize the bomb to recover. And just like that, Beast has completely eclipsed all of the momentum that DELTAFORCE has built up to this point, switching back into Squirtle to hopefully close this out in just 3 quick moves.
You want to know the mark of a good player, Hangman? You forced Beast to play Squirtle. And now, all of a sudden, the weights are off. The little blue bastard is just running about. He's killing everything in sight, and now the Ivysaur trying to finish the job. You got everything set up. Squirtle throwing a good 8 innings. Now you got to get your closer in, and there you go. The unhittable, unstoppable down air of Ivysaur takes yet another stock and another soul from this tournament. Beast moves on in 5. The horn's gonna have to wait, Hangman, at least until after this grand finals.
And by all means, Beast earned the right for me to put that thing away, because he put DELTAFORCE away just as quickly. Like, things were looking disastrous coming out from that Game 4, but Beast decided to turn it up ridiculously. Squirtle looking ace out there. And it was just, that entire second stock might as well not have even been on the board. The way that Beast was playing it out. Squirtle from Angel Plat back to the Angel Plat. DELTAFORCE just couldn't stop him.
Yeah, and that's 3 successive stocks. The way that they utilized the Vine, you knew that you didn't have invincibility, so you almost have to go for an offensive option when you're coming in from above on the on the Vine Whip recovery. But luckily, your option's down air, and your Ivysaur, so you're kind of cool with it. DELTAFORCE, again, I recant when I said they would have been fine with third place. Maybe before, but after that, realizing that you took 2 straight games and then letting the Squirtle just run rampant, that is a tough one to have to swallow. But again, the Squirtle gets unleashed when you least expect it, Hangman, and that is the mark of a good player.
Well, know something, Stu? This reminds me of there's an ancient Chinese proverb that goes along the lines of cornering a thief and then letting the thief escape just so that you could catch and kill the thief after they've exhausted themselves from running. Where at no point was the thief ever going to actually get away. You just needed to wait until it was the safest to kill them. And I'm not going to lie to you and give Beast that much credit, but that's effectively what we saw there, where DELTAFORCE exhausted all of his amazing play throughout the Link Ditto, and an honestly stunning performance in that Game 4. But I think at that point in Game 5, he was just out of gas, could not handle the fact that Beast was able to just rubber band that back to him with the quickness.
See, now I'm just imagining Beast reading like original text from Sun Tzu. Just like, like an original translation of The Art of War is just like...
Actually, it's the 36 Principles of War.
Yeah. Is it actually the 36 Principles?
No, that's actually one of the 36 Principles.
Who is that? Lao Tzu, or am I...
It's not a collaborative work, but it's a bunch of different writers.
Gotcha. All right.